Yes, yes, yes. Not going to spend long with this one, but suffice to say, juniorfa gets knocked the out. I don't think many people saw this coming. Not many people predicted this, but well, let's be honest, no one predicted this. No one predicted that Lucas Browne would knock the out of juniorfa in within one round. No one saw this coming. Lucas Browne well over the hill at this point. No one expected much of him. juniorfa, so a bit of a name in New Zealand. He's up there in the same breath as not at the same level, but the same breath as Joseph Parker. It could be argued, certainly not at the same level, but up there in terms of name recognition, certainly in New Zealand. Lucas Browne, the Aussie, supposed to be over the hill, well over the hill, but they say the last thing that goes is your power. And what can I say? OMG. Lucas Browne catches juniorfa with an overhand right and turned juniorfa into jelly. Literally turned into jelly. It looked like blancmange in the mold when it isn't quite set yet. And he fell on his own arm. I don't want to joke about this because this was a terrible knockout in terms of just the lights going out in juniorfa's mind. The lights going out, all the nerves disconnected. He just switched off into what has to be one of the most brutal, I'm going into my Aussie voice, one of the most brutal knockouts of the year in terms of the devastating effect it had on the recipient. juniorfa, all at sea, looked like he'd been glued down to the canvas with crazy glue, trying to get off his own arm, falls back on it again. It was not pretty. At one point it looked like he was having some kind of fit on the ground. It was not pretty. Not pretty at all. How and why the referee let this fight go on after that knockout? Well, knocked down, but really he's clearly knocked out. Look at the poor fella. Look at him. Look at him. All 6s and 7s. One of the most brutal knockouts of the year. But somehow the referee deemed him fit to continue. I don't think there's anybody in their right mind would have looked at juniorfa and considered him fit to continue. Referee waves him in. He does come in, but it was clear he should not have been allowed to continue. No way, no how. And Lucas Browne just follows him into the ring. juniorfa tries to buy some time. Lucas Browne comes out of the entanglement, or tries to get out of the entanglement, but it wasn't long before juniorfa ultimately succumbed. Where are we? Uh-oh, it's right there. It's right there. Let's have a look. Boom! Another right hook, this time decidedly behind the head. The first one may have been behind the ear. This one is right at the head back. Right at the head back. And, those are very, very dangerous punches. That's why they're illegal punches in boxing. But juniorfa was already well and truly cooked, roasted, basted, call it what you will. But he already had his goose cooked. And the referee at this point waves it off. Should have done it earlier. Very negligent on the referee's part. You can't have a man wobbling around like a pile of blancmange. I'm not talking about Lucas Browne, who looks decidedly what's that guy, the Simpson father, whatever his name was, the Simpson dad, decidedly like the Simpsons father. But we're not talking about him looking like a bowl of blancmange. We're talking about New Zealand's juniorfa. Very, very unfortunate for him. Which knockout? Which is this one going to be, the first one or the second one? I would hazard a guess at the first. Yeah, side of the head. Side of the head, and he went down rather unceremoniously. Looked very disturbing. All his nerves just cut off now. It's like I don't want to seem like I'm joking about this, because it was a serious knockdown, which really was the first knockdown, which should have been the knockout. That should have been the end of the fight. That was utterly brutal. Juniorfa turned into a pile of jelly, and the ref let it go on. OMG. Okay, so that's it. It's the Lucas Browne huge knockout over juniorfa on the what was the undercard? The undercard of Heine Kambosos. And if you haven't seen that video of mine, go check it out. Okay, it's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And we are out. Just like juniorfa.